Hey guys, and welcome to this video tutorial for the platform Vania engine. The topic for this video will be making your own level and how to set it up. So, to get started, the first thing that we'll need is a game manager, because otherwise it won't work. So I'll take this platform Vania game manager and just pop it right in this empty scene. That gives it an object pooler, which allows you to generate particles and sound effects and bullets and anything that you need to constantly instantiate and destroy. It's actually better to have it in an object pooler because that saves memory significantly. And all you have to do if you want to access any of these objects from the pool is just call upon it by its tag, and you can pull it from it. So you just add whichever kind of object you want. Say you want to have a heart that generates. You can have this heart generated over and over. If you hit play, it'll automatically at the start it'll generate a bunch of different stuff. But we need a character in there first because it's causing an error. So let's drop a character in there first, and then we'll be able to tweak everything else. So now that we have a character, now it should automatically populate all the different objects in the object pool on the side. So we have laser bolts, sound effects, streak particles, dust particles, laser flash particles, and hearts. And you can access any of those at runtime to create cool effects on the go. So now we have this empty scene that has the game manager, and it also has a UI up here. If you see, there's a health bar and then a weapon image that are in the game manager. You're free to delete that if you want. It's not necessary. But it's a good base for if you want to add your own stuff, add your own UI. So to get the scene set up, we're going to need a ground and some platforms for him to move on. So I'm just going to bring in this ground prefab. You don't need to pull from the prefabs for the ground. You can just make your own. It's just all it is a game object with a sprite renderer and a box collider 2D, which I'm gonna edit real quick. And the most important thing is that it's on the platforms layer, because otherwise it won't register as a platform. So just make sure that you have a platform that's on the platforms layer, and it should be good to go. Now the character I already set up the character earlier. Can run around, jump on it, can hang from it, and so forth. So now that we have our first ground, I'm just going to quickly throw in a camera follow script, just so that so we can follow him around, and it looks all right. This is just a basic 2D camera follow script that comes with standard assets in Unity. I didn't make it. So now that we have our first obstacle or first platform, we can add more stuff. So I'm just going to copy and just make a bunch of different platforms real quick for him to jump around on. And I'm just going to speed this up real quick. I think that's what makes it faster. So now you can follow the character around, and there's multiple stuff to jump around on, and we're already getting going, and it's only a few objects, and I just fell to my death. So now I'm just gonna make this bigger too because it's a little small, a little tight. So now that we have these platforms to move around on, we're going to need a goal, the end area to leave. So the game manager can handle scene transitions as well. So when you hit a waypoint, you can load another scene, and you can specify exactly where in that scene to load. So you can pop like just a door there for posterity's sake. But then you take this waypoint prefab, which is just has a waypoint script and a box collider 2D, and place it over there. And now when you go over there, it'll load a scene if you have specified one. It'll probably just give me an error because I haven't set anything up right now. Or actually, it did load the same scene. So because there's no scene specified, it just loads the scene that we're currently in. So that allows you, if you go to the waypoint script, you can write in exactly what the label is for the spawn point in the next scene, as well as exactly what the next scene's name is in the build settings. So you can say area 2, and you can say the spawn point is called area 1 to area 2. And as long as you make sure that on the spawn point, you label it as area 1 to area 2, the same one here, it'll put you in the exact spot. So let's just, let's do a quick example. I'll show you from the demo. So we have the scene that's already set up, and I'll just go in and show you what happens. So if you notice, the character is spawned over here on the left side, even though in the scene he's over here in the middle. And that's because I have a spawn point set up. Let's see, I have a spawn point right here that is just a game object with, it's got the spawn point tag up here and a spawn point script. The spawn point script will automatically tag it if it's not already. But you can also go to the prefabs folder if you don't want to make your own, and just click and drag a spawn point, and you have a spawn point. Now, there's three parameters here that you can specify how the character is loaded. If you don't say facing right on spawn it will face left, and vice versa. So now the character will be facing towards the left, but if we have it ticked, he'll face towards the right. So this works for any spawn point when changing levels or whatever. You can also specify whether or not this is the default spawn point. So if there's no other spawn point in the scene, or there's none specified upon changing levels, it will automatically find the default one and just load you there. And so that's what that is. There's also a label here which needs to match the waypoint that directs to it. So as an example, if you go through the waypoint that's over here at this door, there's a waypoint, it'll bring you to the next area at a specific spawn point. So if you hit this box collider, which is a trigger, it'll trigger you to go to the next area, which is area 2. That's in the scenes folder. It's named area 2. It's also in the build settings because they have to be in the build settings to load scenes. So you can just add open scene to get it to the build settings. And it's labeled area 2, so it'll load area 2. And it'll load you at the spawn point that's labeled area 1 to 2. So if I go to area 2 and just find the spawn points, you'll notice that one of them has area 1 to 2. So that's this, yeah, that's this one. Otherwise, it won't recognize, it won't know exactly which one to put you at, and it'll just put you at the default one. And that goes the same backwards. So if I'm going from this area and hitting this waypoint in the door, it'll bring me to this this spawn point over here. So that's how to transition between scenes and make everything work that way. For one-way platforms, all you have to do, it's just the same as a platform, except you just make sure it's tagged one-way platform and it's on the layer one-way platforms. And that's that. And yeah, generally, I think that's the overview for how scenes and levels are set up. And I hope it was helpful. If I didn't get to exactly what you wanted me to explain, there's more videos coming that will have all the information that I think you'll need for all the other good stuff that's in the scene. But anyway, thanks for watching this video tutorial, and stay tuned for the next one. See you later.